So Jeekin and I met 2 years ago.
It was July 4th. There were some people going from Central to go watch fireworks at George Bush Library.
Jeekin and another guy showed up kind of later.
I was hanging out with some of the boys from our church, and then Hannah decided to introduce herself to me.
I had seen him around at church, so I walked up and introduced myself.
And she just goes, "Hey, my name's Hannah." And then I just go, "Hey, I'm Jeekin." And that was about the extent of it.
My first impression, he's kind of awkward. He wasn't very talkative, and I'm very talkative, so apparently I told him a lot about my life and he didn't tell me much, so.
I asked Hannah over Snapchat. It was either Snapchat or over Messenger. I was like, "Hey, would you like to go out to see my roses? And after we see my roses, we can go over to my house and I'll cook you dinner."
At first he didn't call it a date.
In my mind, it was pretty obvious that it was a date.
One of our friends had to make him clarify that it was a first date. He clarified and it was all good. I knew from pretty early on that he was the one. It was like a long running joke in my family that I wanted to marry an Asian. So we started going on dates and hanging out and stuff. I was like, I don't know, I think this is a God thing that he came into my life.
There wasn't like a specific time. It was just the fact that we enjoyed doing everything together and like the mundane things together. From the really beginning, we were pretty clear with each other. If at any time either one of us doesn't see this going to marriage, then one of us would break it up. Don't even waste each other's time. Don't want to be dating just a date. So I guess we just kept dating, and then I guess then she was the one.
The proposal, I knew it was gonna happen in the month of February because Jeekin can't keep a secret. I wasn't sure like exactly where or how or when.
I proposed to her on Valentine's Day. How cliche. We had already planned, like we do every day, that after I left work, I'd go pick her up to go work out. Can't let her be suspicious of anything.
We were hitting legs that day.
We had done like 30 minutes of stair stepper. She's drenching in sweat. I wasn't nervous because I knew she was gonna say yes.
I was squatting and I finished my set.
When she turned around, I was kneeling there with the ring, and I asked her to marry me there.
Kind of like suspected it a little bit right before it happened. I didn't really realize that like a bunch of people were gathered around me.
And then, what was funny was, she started tearing up, she started laughing, but she didn't ever actually say yes until I was like, "Well, are you gonna say yes?"
I think like one of my favorite memories with Jeekin is I told him that I wanted to go to the silos in Waco for Chip and Joanna's little Magnolia market. And I don't even remember when I told him this, but one Saturday, or maybe it was a Friday night, he texted me and was like, "Hey, we're gonna go to Waco tomorrow." And so we like got up really early and drove to Waco and went to Magnolia. And then we went to the zoo. And so the zoo kind of from early on became something that we did together. It was like really thoughtful of him. I had said I wanted to do it, and then he was like, "Hey, we're going." So that was pretty sweet.
Favorite memories? Huh. That's a good question. When we took a road trip from College Station all the way to Auburn to go visit my family, that gave us a lot of time on the road. That was pretty enjoyable.
We were both like pretty goofy all the time, and we just kind of both have like really easygoing personalities.
We don't always have to be out doing stuff. We could be sitting on the couch watching Netflix for half the day. We can just be making food in the kitchen. We can go on walks. We're different in that I'm an introvert, she's an extrovert.
He's introverted until he gets to know people. I'm the one that's more like social, so I'll like go out of my way to have conversations with people and stuff.
So she can't stand being alone, but I'm like in my happy place when I'm alone. I love her because she makes me laugh. She loves me even when I'm being hard-headed. If I shut down, I just don't say anything. Just had a bad day. She kind of tries to force me to say why I'm upset. She doesn't let me pent it all up inside. She makes me feel loved.
I love Jeekin because he motivates me to be the best version of myself. I know that sounds cheesy, but he makes me a better person. Everyone sees him as like super serious, introverted and timid and quiet. But when you get to know Jeekin, he's like the biggest goofball ever. He's crazy. He can be serious, but most of the time he's not. He's very like go with the flow. He's super patient and really easygoing.
She's funny, she's loving, has a very kind heart. She really likes helping people.
I'm really excited. We just get to live life together.